Welcome back to the monthly net worth update of June. We're going to find out if we actually hit 200K, which was my goal at the start of this year. And I don't know if we quite hit it, but we might be pretty close. So I literally 10 minutes ago just wrote down all of my assets and then my liabilities. I have not seen the final number, like when you add them and subtract them. I don't know exactly what my net worth is. We're going to find out in this video together. And if you guys don't know, I do this every single month, just going over my net worth. In this channel, I kind of want to show you guys or go through the journey of like increasing your income, building your net worth, so that way you can see that if I'm able to do it, you guys are able to do it as well, and you're probably a lot further ahead. So we can all help each other with our knowledge and stuff like that. But I don't want to talk too much about that. I want to get into this video and going over my assets. So starting off with my savings, I have $15,948.68. So this includes my emergency fund, which is 6 months of my monthly spendings, which might not be a lot in your case. Somebody ended up recommending that I should do around 3 months, but for my case, since I'm looking to quit my job, I kind of want to do 6 months. And yeah, I just feel a lot comfortable at 6 months. That way I know I can invest aggressively, and if anything were to happen, I have 6 months left over. And plus my spendings are pretty low, and then I invest and save a lot, so it's not really too much of a hassle to just have a little bit more. So that also concludes of my sideline cash that I have just in case of any opportunities. If I need to buy anything to increase my income, like my YouTube, like having no equipment or any gear that I need to make these videos better. But I think you guys should do the same thing in terms of having a sideline cash or a sideline buffer just in case if you see any opportunities. That way you're not like investing all of the money that you can be, and you can't take advantage of opportunities whenever they come, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I have about $16,000 into my savings and emergency fund and all that. So yeah, let's move on to my Robinhood, which my Robinhood, I have $141,050.40. And this mainly concludes of just mainly ETFs, which it's made a pretty big jump from the previous month. If you guys aren't investing into stocks, I suggest you to go ahead and get some ETFs or stocks, whatever you prefer. But you don't want to be sitting on the sideline or just not investing at all, since you're going to be losing your money to inflation. And then two, you're going to be missing out on the opportunities of actually gaining some growth, some net worth gains, you know. You don't want to be missing out, because you can see that last month it's a $20,000 increase pretty much. And that's pretty much how we're going to build our wealth and our net worth. So this mainly consists of, I think I might have just messed up. This mainly consists of, I redid it. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's mainly the S&P 500, SMH, which is a semiconductor, I think BGT, which is a technology sector, and I think that's about it in terms of my Robinhood account. And this is pretty much going to be not tax free, but this is going to be a taxable brokerage account. So whenever I decide to sell any shares of my ETFs, I'm going to pay a little bit of capital gains tax, but I plan to hold this over a year, so that way it's going to be 20% of whatever I make. So yeah, just make sure that you're investing into ETFs. If not, then you're probably losing out on certain gains. Oh, by the way, if you're not investing into the stock market, then you need to be investing into your own business or your own side hustles. Those are the two biggest investments that you should be making, either your business or just investing into stocks if you're very young. So moving on to crypto, and crypto hasn't been really good. Crypto is at $11,860.68. So you can see that crypto has went down in terms of, like, if we're comparing it to May. I'm not too sure what's up with crypto, but I just hold Bitcoin in this, and that's the only crypto that I'm going to continue to hold. And I think eventually it's going to go back up. As you can see, if we go back to December and January, the crypto was actually up. but then in March and April, it started to go back down. It shot up last month, but now it's going back down. But I'm just gonna continue to hold Bitcoin and just see if it goes up, because Bitcoin, like I said, was one of the best performing assets this past decade, and I'm not willing to miss out on any returns on the best growing asset over the past decade. So pretty much is a small portion of my account, as you can see. It's not too big to where if it actually goes down to zero, which it shouldn't, then I'll be fine taking that loss. So moving on to my Roth IRA, my Vanguard. So I have $26,522.25. So this literally is a little bit of contributions, and it's also a little bit of gains. In this one, I think I have S&P 500. I have the semiconductor SMH. I have VUG, which is a growth ETF, and then I have VGT, which is a technology ETF. So that is equally split 25% each, which makes up 100. And I'm just going to continue doing that for the future, since I believe in technology and I'm in it for the long term. I'm not in it for the short term. So whatever happens, I just personally believe that technology is just going to continue to increase over time. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my assets. I don't own any car. I don't own any of that. I pretty much just invest, and then I'm trying to start my own side hustle, which is pretty much YouTube. So if you guys actually want to support that, leave a like on this video, watch it all the way through, and hopefully you guys can let me know how far you are in terms of your net worth in the month of June. So you can see, if we look at my total assets just for June, it's at 1,000. I mean, 100,095. $195,000. I'm tripping. $195,000 in the month of June, which is close to that 200 mark, which is what I want to reach. So 200K. We're on the road. We're possibly gonna hit it this year, possibly next month, depending on how the investments go. If anything doesn't drop, then we'll be there. So yeah, I invest about 3,000 into the stock market. So by August, if everything continues to stay the same, by August I should hit 2,000 or $200,000 net worth. So yeah, moving on to my liabilities. As you can see, I only have two liabilities. For my credit cards, I have $975.07. So this is what I use to actually fund my daily life. So anything that I spend throughout the month goes on my credit card, and then I pay it just before it hits the statement closing date. That way, when it hits the statement date or whatever, I have a zero balance on my credit card. So I rotate between four credit cards, if you guys don't know. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do. This is going to be paid off. I don't carry any balance or debt. And also, I take advantage of the cashback. So it's free money for money that I'm going to spend. Now, I possibly do not recommend doing this, just because if you start doing this, it might make you overspend a little bit, just because you get the rewards, and you might feel like, if I just spend a little bit, I'll get 5% back, and it just entices you to go ahead and spend more. So if you know how to control yourself, this could possibly work for you. It's called credit card churning, and just look into it. I can probably make some videos on it and just pretty much walk you through on what you need to do and how I personally do it. But yeah, moving on to my Invisalign, which I'm almost close to paying it off. We're at $606.56. So with that, I have about 2 months, since I pay about $303 every single month. So yeah, by August, this should be fully paid off. And it's essentially an investment for me. It's no interest free, right? That's why I haven't paid it off. You can see that in December I was at 2,400, and I didn't pay it off early because I'm using this money, that this $2,000, instead of just paying that off. I literally just put into the stock market, and as you can see, it's literally paying back. So yeah, you can start to do that with your interest rates if you have like any debt. And that, like I said, for me, it was a investment, since it just gives you more motivation and just makes you look more professional and stuff like that. Just when you're talking to people, just in general, you don't want to look all bummy and stuff like that. So this is pretty much an investment in terms of that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're at $193,000, which is close to my 200 mark. Um, we're definitely possibly going to hit it by this year unless a big recession happens or just everything starts to tank. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I kind of want to go over, or if you want to stay for a little bit, and we'll talk about what my plans are and how I plan to actually increase my net worth. So right now, I pretty much just want to increase my income so that way I'm able to invest more back into my savings, my Roth IRAs, and my crypto account. Crypto I might hold off a little bit because I don't want it too high of a position in crypto. But just if we can increase our income, we'll be able to grow our net worth faster so that way we can keep feeding the cash flow machine. Um, and yeah, just let it snowball and compound over time. Like I said, I'm in it for the long term. I'm not in it for the short term. So if things start to go down, then that's just a buying opportunity for me to actually get a good deal. That's pretty much how I look at it. It's just getting a good deal on it. So, and then hopefully with this YouTube stuff, if it blows up, then I'll be able to invest more money, either into the YouTube to make more money or just into stocks. So yeah, I just want to make sure that you guys get like a side hustle or start your own business or just start investing if you haven't started investing. Um, you don't want to be missing out on these gains. As you can see, literally in December, I was at 139. Like 6 months later, we're at almost 200,000. So if I would have literally sat down and did nothing, then I would have never made any progress on it. And that's what I don't want you guys to do. So if you guys actually enjoyed this video, leave a like on this video. You can check somewhere or you can click somewhere right here, and that would lead you to the two paths of financial freedom. I'll see you guys there, and peace.